sports. But the only time America ever listens to black people is when we're running, singing, dancing, or running, jumping, singing, dancing, or telling jokes. So I think it's incumbent on you as an entertainer, if you have a message, and I think he did, to deliver it in a way that both entertains and informs. And I think the people that didn't get it didn't want to. I think either they're Drake fans or Trump fans, and either way, who cares either way? The only time America ever listens to us, if you look at the most pivotal changes in American history, they've been at the head of sports. Muhammad Ali, what he did. LeBron James, what he did. All of those movies were started by athletes who had a forum, and they use it to bring awareness. So if they don't like what's happening, find another sport. You can watch bass fishing. You go, but it's the Super Bowl, and there's no way you're not going to see black actors. I didn't think it was all.
That's funny. Welcome to Talking with Tish. I just thought I would start out with that. And I wanted to stop it right there because you know what? For the most part, majority that was complaining, I could see preferring to go bass fishing.
About Drake at all. I thought it was a very subversive. There's a reason, the symbolism of Sam Jackson, the symbolism of the flag, the game that he was on, the jail. I mean, it all. Here's the thing about America: they can erase our history, but they damn sure can't stop us from making it. And I thought what he did was of the moment and of the culture. I think it was subversive. The people who were going to get it, who vibrated on his frequency, got it. And I think enough of them got it where they were offended by it. The national anthem, the black national anthem, they had to sit up there and watch Kendrick Lamar be subversive and brilliant.
John Baptiste killed it.
It was done in front of a guy who's been trying to kill our history since the 20th. And he had to sit up there and watch us be black and fly.
So much has happened since the 20th.
It was a bad time to be Drake, or it was a bad time to be Drake or Mahomes, though.
All right. I love DL's take on a lot of the politics, the things with the black community, putting it out there, saying what a lot of people won't say, can't say, maybe afraid to say, don't get, maybe need to be taught, get that lesson again, like, oh, okay. Even though, I guess we're always still learning at all ages. I kind of had a conversation with a Facebook friend the other day about that. So I need to think about that a little bit more on, but it's just very hard to think that somebody like 40, 45 years old and up, you would think that you have an understanding if you care, if that's been something that you give a fuck about, you would care. And I guess I didn't get my YouTube shut off, but anyways, so I love that about DL. He's unapologetically blunt, the truth. I don't think he's rude or think that it's hard for a lot of people to accept our feelings. This is what happened. This is what's happened to us. So when we want to protest, be creative, send a message, that's what we're going to do. Just deal with it. I mean, was that even 15 minutes? But anyways, and for the, because there was some black folks that was tripping.
Here is fake deepness. I come to watch the Super Bowl to watch a performance. I didn't come to think. I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this.
I love Nene Jones, TikTok follower.
Trust. We get that. Raise the price on the mics.
Hold on.
They're far too easily accessible. Get a journal. Your thoughts need to be put on paper, not on a podcast. Like admitting with your full chest that you just want to be entertained and don't want to have to use your brain is crazy. How was you feeling, Pip Pip Cheerio? If y'all wanted a meaningless and mediocre performance, you could have sold out J-Lo's concert tour, but alas, she had to cancel.
Well, I don't feel like that about
Kendrick
J-Lo.
Lamar, Bitch, it never gave Shuck and Jive. This is Kendrick Lamar.
Come on now.
The Kendrick Lamar who uses his music to speak out against racial inequality.
Did the people not know who the halftime show performer was going to be?
For his 2016 Grammys performance, the same performance that has been all but scrubbed from the fucking internet. The Pulitzer Prize winning Kendrick Lamar. The activist Kendrick Lamar. Y'all thought he was going to get on the world's biggest stage and not make a political statement? Please be so fucking for real. He literally said this is bigger than the music and y'all are like, just entertain us. Mind you, y'all will be the same people who complain about the problems in the world. Let me add a second napkin in between when I tell you this. Sense is chasing you, but you are much faster. Please slow down and let her catch up.
Let that sense catch out. Let it catch you.
One thing I cannot...
Oh my gosh, Nene Jones, TikTok, love her. She is hilarious, and for my people, I'm good for calling somebody pumpkin, babe, in a different way than my children. But when she said Buki or whatever, anyways, I guess that might be kind of a, cultural funny thing, but. Anyways, I guess we're 3 days in, and it's still the argument. It's still the post. It's still the topic of conversation, which I guess Kendrick's off living his best life. I've given the message. This is what I wanted it to be done. I think this is kind of the same thing with like Kanye. I say all kind of crazy stuff. Whether it's stuff that makes you guys happy, whether it's stuff that makes you guys mad. I almost feel like when people don't like something, they're probably louder. So if the goal is money and monetization, like we all are out here trying to do, I mean, I get a little irritated with some of the tactics, but I guess maybe because I'm a Gemini too. I mean, I'm not that crazy. But I don't know. Maybe if I had $1 billion, no, my grandma would. Mm-mm. So, anyways, but that whole infamous versus famous, I guess, same thing. But next story is kind of crazy, and it is kind of on that health thing again. One of my girlfriends tagged me in this video. It is crazy, and it's sometimes kind of the audacity, like what in the entire. But so I'm gonna play that next. But I guess I want to say too, on the health things, my little piece, another piece of mine. I got a bunch of 2 cents to give, 10 cents, as my mom used to say. But when you learn at 30, 40, 50, whatever age, why don't we start incorporating it with the kids? I mean, what it's been like, how hard it is for you. Stop it before it happens with them. Don't let them, you go get whatever done or go through this massive workout plan, diet change, but still cooking that stuff for the kids. Or take them to the gym too. Make sure they're running and playing and doing stuff, and no more candy, less sugar. Ask my kids. It was kind of where sometimes it was Fridays was your candy or something super sweet or whatever. Otherwise it was fruits and vegetables. That's the snacks, maybe some fruit snacks here and there. But if I thought there was a problem, we go handle it. But that's just because I love them and I don't want them to have to go through those issues, So anyways, it's one thing when your kids are grown, but when you still have control, they're in your household, you live with them, they listen to you, you are the provider, you can do something. So let me find this next story's video.
Be meaner here. Let's play the video. Carolyn Alvario's daughter, Cassandra Ortiz, passed away a week ago, but remembering the light she brought to this home got clouded by what happened there after she died.
I don't wish what we're going through I don't wish that on anybody.
The Milwaukee County Medical Examiner says Ortiz weighed 850 pounds. Alvario says because of her weight, no one had the capacity to handle the case.
There's not a funeral home that would take her.
It took nearly 12 hours to move Ortiz out of the home.
To walk in that room and just keep seeing her there. And it's like, oh my God, when are they going to get my baby out of here? They need to get her.
What did you think at 400 pounds? What, every time you walked in that room, when you seen it gradually happening, when it got to the point where she probably didn't want to walk to the bathroom or walk to the kitchen, what was you thinking then? Why do people let it get this bad? I don't understand.
The owner at Church and Chapel Funeral Home, Ted Larson, wanted to help. The Cudahy Fire and Police Department and Larson's team eventually moved Ortiz.
There were, at times, 20, 30 people in this house trying to help this family address this situation.
Larson says there isn't a crematory in the Milwaukee metro area large enough.
Bless
Ortiz had to be transferred to Illinois, but because the fire department was called to a fire, Ortiz remained in that van overnight for safety reasons.
Myself and my colleagues were not capable to take her from our van and to put her onto any type of table that could be large enough to accommodate her.
With her having sat so long in the bed, and having sat so long in the van, even if we wanted to, we couldn't do a funeral.
Alvario urges other families to pre-plan.
And this is when I'm going to be mean. And I want y'all to hear this from a place of love, because I love y'all for real, like Monique said. I don't need you to be skinny. But when you decide to be almost a ton, she's only like 250 pounds away from a ton. You can't get mad that people cannot lift your 850-pound daughter out of your house fast enough for you. This is what happens when a person is morbidly obese. I love y'all for real, but there is a point in which you need to get your ass up and go walk. Something tells me that she probably died from complications of her being morbidly obese.
I'm going to just leave it right there, because I'm sure that's mixed. That's going to bring mixed feelings, you know, and it can kind of sound cold. But, you know, a part of me is like being a little cold and harsh. She may be alive and be living still. I'll tell you right now, if I care about you, if you're around me, close to me, and I see that happening, I'm going to try, you know, even if I go walk with you, or suggestions, or let's put some meal plans together. Everything is really online. I'll help you be out. I mean, I'm not a nutritionist, but I can find some. It's just crazy. I think I shared something the other day where they were like, there's no way you should die over food. Die behind food. That's just crazy. And it's a lot. I mean, I don't know. That's a lot to cover and to try to go over, and I am not the one. But I thought it was an interesting story. What do you guys think? Would you say something to your loved ones? Would you say something to your family? Would you, friends? Or do you feel like, you know, they know better, this is their choice, and just, you know, stand by them and love them through it, I guess. I don't know. And it's personality style and maybe confidence level and things like that, because everybody can't be. I don't even think it's brutal, you know. I mean, I guess you could be brutally honest, but it just seems like it would be taken that way. But I guess remind them, this is my intention behind it. I love you and I'm sorry, but this is my intention. And so anyways, I got another story I wanted to talk about that was kind of crazy to me, but it's not. Let me turn my volume down on that before I find the wrong story. See, it was some bear fight or something right there. What do you be looking at? Okay. Is that the one? And I ain't gonna say my family ain't been they did some stuff, but what is going on with Michael Jordan's son, Marcus? I mean, is that from Larson them or? I mean, I knew when he was with that girl something was wrong. Like, boy, you probably had been downhill if that's where you wanted to go, and then you wanted to marry her. Lord. Anyways, I wish I could show the video. Let me start it over.
Right, and I turned onto the train tracks apparently. I'm trying, but yeah, we're not getting back in the car right now, okay? The reason why, so give me a favor, keep your hands out of your pocket.
Yeah, you better keep your hands out your pocket. Michael Jordan's son or not.
I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to get home, and I made a wrong turn.
And it sounded like the girl was laughing, the passenger.
We would just like to get our car off of the train tracks, which we were not trying to be on.
And you know he was drunk to turn and drive your car onto the railroad tracks.
There's 6 of us, and we throw this thing in reverse. Well, I've already got concerns for your level of impairment anyways, okay? So that's why. Because I can smell alcohol coming from you, and you're on train tracks. Okay. So come on, man. Just listen to me. That's why I don't want you back behind the wheel anyways, okay? I'm fine behind the wheel. I just would like to get my car out of this. We'll deal with that.
And everybody like, I am the best drunk driver ever.
But that's why I had to get you out of the car.
And if I had that kind of money, if my dad was a Michael Jordan, I'd have a fucking driver.
Anything, and I'm letting you know. I have concerns. Okay? Well, I appreciate that. Driving a vehicle, I can't let you back behind the car. Drive a vehicle. I appreciate your concerns. Yeah, I don't want. But I am not inebriated. I'm not anything that.
Just tipsy. All right. Talk about embarrassing your people. I mean, it's different if your mom them is just them around the corner. But in the access, boy, you supposed to have a driver suited and booted, a couple companies of your own, or invested so well, that's your business. Just what the hell? I mean, I guess you don't never know what happened, and just because you're, what do they call them, nepo babies, nepo children, that you won't make that those mistakes. But yeah, it don't be mattering, it doesn't matter. The average to the celebrity kids, although I feel like the celebrity kids definitely have more of an open door to partying, drugs early. I mean, look at little Kylie Kardashian. I mean, I think her mom was cool with her, like, messing around, probably doing the do at, how old was she? 15, 16 with Tyga? But I'm not saying we wasn't kind of doing it, but we was sneaking. Our moms wasn't taking us to the club and the party. Our moms wasn't being like, girl, you need to hook up with him 5 to 6 years older. No, we was sneaking and doing it. Let me quit. But I don't know. I just always am like, maybe because I'm just kind of slightly envious. Like, man, if my family would have had that kind of money, I have a whole list of things that I would have done, that I would be doing, where I would be at today. But then again, I'm like, well, I wonder, is it one of those situations where you're always saved? You mess up the money, they refill it, they give you more. I come from that hardworking mindset. started from the bottom and I'm halfway here. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just am like, I don't really hear. I think I hear about one of the other boys, but not doing nothing crazy. But you don't really hear too much about the rest of the kids. Um, but yeah, when he did that Larsa Pippen thing, I'm like, but more so her. Like, you are the adult grown woman. Again, I can't relate to a cougar. My mindset is a cougar means I am that woman that's happy that he's younger. I'm paying for everything. I'm cooking and catering and whining and dining to him just because he's younger. Or he's supposed to be, no. You know what I was gonna say. And no, that just doesn't sound anything like me. I'll probably be let me shut up. I'm saying too much now. But anyways, I just wanted to jump on here. I was telling myself I'm going to do one once a week, but I was like, there's so much going on. It's going to be old by the time I try to do one on the weekend, working through the weekdays and, a couple activities here and there. So I'm like, when am I going to fit in these videos? I kind of like doing them from my car too. But, yeah, I thought I would jump on here, and I'm averaging, my videos are about 20 to 23 minutes. Like I said, I'm welcome to tips, suggestions, podcast friends, if you want to do a Zoom, split the screen and have some discussions and talk about some stuff. But also, if you're watching, please help me out. Subscribe, like the video, comment, let me know you're here. Say something about one of these topics. I know you got an opinion on one of them. And like I said, if there's something that you want me to touch on, I'm kind of wondering, like, what is my flavor all the way gonna be? But that's it for my notes. So again, like I said, it's Talking with Tish. Subscribe, like, comment, and share if you want to. All right, talk to you next time.